Remember the newest smoking hot Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 5 star? Tommie, however you pronounce her name. All I know, she's bad as hell. Well, she has some very interesting things to say about Stevie J and Joseline Hernandez on Instagram recently. Here's the deal. There was a video that popped up of the woman named Tommie, and she was basically trying to kiss Stevie J, and security or whoever these guys were trying to get her to get back into her car. And it was just very odd. It was like, well, what the hell is going on here? Now, I made another video about it. It will be posted at the same time as this one. So the name of that particular video is Tommie tries to kiss Stevie J in front of Joseline, blah, blah, blah. So if you type in Tommie kiss Stevie J, it should pop up. If not, just ask me for it in the comment section. Say, hey, where's the video of Tommie kissing Stevie J? So then that way I'll know which link that you want, and I'll go ahead and hook you up so you can go ahead and see for yourself. But basically, man, you know, she was talking mad shit after the incident. I mean, Joseline, for the record, was right there when she tried to kiss him. And, you know, she basically videotaped herself and uploaded online of her talking massive amounts of shit. Joseline videotaped herself talking massive amounts of shit back to her, and it was just a royal mess. Stevie J went on, you know, Hot 107.9, if I'm not mistaken, they're in Atlanta, and he was interviewed about it all. And I posted all that shit up on my blog and whatnot. I talked about it in this other video. But basically, they have some bad blood with each other, and Tommie finally, even though she threw Joseline under the bus and slandered her name, she at least expounded on what the beef was actually about, because everybody was confused. Here's what she said. Tommie posted this selfie of herself and Joseline Hernandez on Instagram. She said, and I quote, "See, the real tea goes like this. At Stevie J is like a uncle to my man at scrapdelion_NBL. His hashtag mutt, Joseline, was accepted by me as family on the strength of that. Stevie and I are not, nor have we ever been involved in an intimate relationship. Hashtag not my style. My beef with this phony ass broad started in Los Angeles when Stevie supposedly went through her phone and got my room number and started calling my room. The room number only 2 people had, her and an associate of mine. Stevie called twice, and the first call woke me out of my sleep, saying next to me, 'Don't send that to her,' referring to my room number. I text her. He said, 'Send that to me.' My reply was, 'This is written in a foreign language. Where are the commas and periods in the right places so the blogger doesn't lose his mind trying to read this shit?' No, I'm sorry. That's not what she said. She said, let me try to decipher this message. The room number only 2 people had, her and an associate of mine. Stevie called twice, and the first call woke me out of my sleep, saying next time, 'Don't send that to her,' referring to my room number. I text her. He said, 'Send that to me.' My reply was, 'How you get my room number? This ninja say I'm that ninja,' and hung up. An hour later, he calls back asking if I'm dolo. I said, 'Yeah, what's good?' He said he needed to holler at me about some business, money. Told him come through. Well, that business convo lasted 10 minutes as I escorted him out. Hour later, this bitch called me to burn one with her. I called myself keeping it 100, run it by her. She claims she knew nothing of it, and he must have went through her phone and got my room number while she was asleep. Shaking my fucking head. Next morning, 12 at my door." That's referring to the police, for the record. Shaking my fucking head. Next morning, 12 at my door, saying they got a call from an ATL number saying there was a fugitive in my room. I'm guessing Stevie went hashtag AWOL, and the dumb bitch thought he was with me. I don't know this cokehead's intentions or what dumbass reason she has for pulling a stunt like that, but I don't play police games, period, ho. No. All you hating ass fans of her, stay the fuck off my page and go praise that informant on her shit. Deuces. Yeah, so she also went on to post a picture of 3 people. Stevie J, I guess that's supposed to be her in the middle, and this other guy. She said, and I quote, "Damn shame Ninja can't even get to the money in peace. without this hoe being insecure. Hashtag I don't want Stevie. The biting, fake kissing, so on and so forth was nothing more than me trying to get this hoe to give me a round. Soon as I pulled up, she pulled out her phone on some coward shit, talking about me losing my job. Bitch, I'm Tommie. Everybody knows I ain't got nor do I give a shit about a hashtag job. I'd rather own the company, end quote. I love that. That's the way you should do it, is you should own the company. That's definitely a smart thing to say. And I just wanted to say this, so wow, there's so much that could be said. First of all, she said Joseline called the police on her to, basically come get Stevie. But how do we really know that it was Joseline that called the police? Maybe she didn't call them. And, I think it's really interesting that she called Joseline a cokehead. Do you have any proof that Joseline is on cocaine for sure? For the record, these weren't my words. I'm just reading the words that were posted online. So for the record, don't, kill the messenger or anything, because it's definitely not something that I would say about Miss Hernandez. And, I think it's funny that she said that she was trying to piss off Joseline Hernandez by kissing and biting Stevie J to get her to fight her. However, Joseline was smart enough to pull out her phone and videotape the confrontation. The reason why Joseline did that is because VH1 is trying to avoid lawsuits right now. Because remember, Joseline was in court talking about the whole thing that happened between her and Tammy Rivera. Let me see, Dev Antony. Who else was there? She went after Mimi Faust. Wait, did she attack somebody else? I think it was 3 different people she attacked at the Love and Hip Hop season 4 reunion for the Atlanta franchise. Whatever, pretty much what it boils down to is that Joseline was trying to make sure that she protects herself legally by videotaping the confrontation. And that was a very smart thing for her to do. So I say kudos to Joseline for being smart enough to do that. But, I can understand why Tommie would be upset at her and everything. Stevie was running around trying to dick everything in sight, allegedly. He allegedly found himself up in her hotel room talking about some, no, girl, this ain't no hotel. This a hoe. Shh. Don't tell Joseline. And he started rubbing his hands together, making the rat face. Or at least that's how I imagine it, at least. But anyways, the point is this, though. Man, these 2 pretty girls are fighting over what again? Stevie freaking J? I mean, oh man, it's just sheer insanity. At least Tommie doesn't want him. She's bad as fuck, so she could just get any dude. She has a very big personality. I guess what some of you would call her is a quote unquote hood rat. However, with that said, she is fine as fuck, so she can get a lot of dudes as long as she doesn't let them know how big her personality really is. She could fool some guys. She could do the no, I'm a nice girl act for a while, I guess, until she gets angry and then that monster jump out and then it's all over. But yeah, anyway, all I know is she's fine as hell. Joseline's bad as hell. There's no reason for these 2 girls to be over here ready to scratch up each other's faces and ruin all that pretty just for a misunderstanding. Joseline needs to be mad at Stevie and be like, why are you still doing your fuck shit, Stevie? And take it up with him, as opposed to being mad at Tommie, because according to what she said, she didn't do anything wrong. And judging by what I saw in Stevie J's interview at the radio station, yeah, I think that Tommie may be telling the truth. I don't know anything about her, but I'm just gonna say this. If I had to guess what happened, I would say that what Tommie is saying is true. That sounds like Stevie J stuff. Like, yeah, I'm going to come to the hotel room and pretend I'm just trying to help her make ends meet when I'm really trying to meet her ends, He over there trying to act like it's about business when it's about bending. Trying to act like it's about jobs when it's about blowjobs. Trying to act like it's about opportunity when it's about opportunity, as in hopping on that cock. He's like, you want to be occupied? Well, I'll leave you coccupied. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to try to sit up there and act like he has something to offer her You know, he dig in his pocket, open up his wallet, is his dick inside. I mean, that's just crazy. But anyways, let me know what you think about it all below. Ladies, has a man ever tried to act like he wanted to do some business with you when he just wanted to do the business with you? Let me know what you think about it all below. Who do you think is in the right? Who do you think is in the wrong? Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. Stevie, you know you dead wrong. But she is bad, though. I guess if you're going to get your ass whooped by Joseline, I guess it would be, I guess Tommie would be worth it to some guys. I mean, I'm not getting my ass whooped by no woman, but, you know, Stevie J apparently said, yeah, looked her up and down, rubbed his hands together, and lost his damn mind. You better be happy that Joseline didn't tear you up against Stevie.